I'm not that old, people. Welcome back to The Five. So an article in the British paper The Telegraph cites a dog pile of doubt within the Democratic Party about President Obama's re-election prospects. Some Dems are now wondering whether Hillary Clinton would have made a better president. Call that buyer's remorse, but I call it something else. The way I see it, Hillary was treated by her party the same way Bill treated her as a spouse. She was cast aside for a tastier treat. No, sure, Hillary was great to have around, but she didn't get your motor running. So the party left Hillary for something prettier, a smashing young lad named Barack Obama. When he entered the room, the party's heart fluttered, and Hillary faded away, just like she did with Bill whenever a skirt sailed by. Now, like all wayward husbands, it took 2 years for the party to realize what they missed in their trusty old spouse. They worry that they sacrificed something known for something unknown that gave them that momentary pleasure. Deep inside a midlife crisis, waking up in Vegas without a watch or a clue, it's no wonder the Dems want Hillary back. If I were her, I would make them beg. Dana, would Hillary have
That's
been
brilliant, Craig.
Thank you. Sorry. I feel bad about it. Anyway, would Hillary have been a better or different president?
I think there is buyer's remorse, but I think that it's one of those things like when you thought the shoes were really cute when you left the store, and then you go back and you're like, oh, they're really not that cute. Because here's the thing, it's only by comparison. I do think on the national security front, it probably wouldn't have been that different. I think she also would have made the call to kill Osama bin Laden. Would her economic policies have been any different? I don't think so. But what this also exposes is something that a lot of the media and the left likes to describe as a true rift between some establishment Republicans and the new Tea Party folks. There's also one in the Democratic Party in terms of establishment, like the Clinton folks, that era.
Yeah.
But the biggest complaint about President Obama from the left is not that he can't move to the right or move to the center. It's that he wasn't liberal enough. And do I think she would have been more liberal than President Obama? No.
Yeah. Monica, was this a trial balloon by somebody on Hillary's camp?
I'm so glad you asked me that question, because in June of 2009, I was the first person in America. I wrote a column for the Washington Times saying that Hillary Clinton may, in fact, challenge Barack Obama in a Democratic primary coming up. Now, it seems preposterous, right? She's part of his administration. She doesn't want to alienate the black vote and create a civil war in the Democrat Party. But when you see these kinds of stories, you have to ask yourself, what are they seeking to accomplish and who benefits? And it seems to me this could, I know it sounds far-fetched and it probably is, but this could be a trial balloon, especially in the black community and among the Hispanic community and other core constituencies of the Democrat Party. Would they really be that upset if there were a Democratic primary and Hillary Clinton had the chance to be the first woman president? They did the first black president. Now this could be their shot to have the first woman president. I don't think it's that out of line here.
Do you buy that one?
You know what? If it was in the Amsterdam News or the Baltimore Afro-American, I'd say, hey, that story has a chance. But I believe the story was in the British press,
yes,
which has about as much credibility as
that's
that trusty old spouse. My wife is going to be upset with you, Gutfeld. Why am I hanging out with Greg Gutfeld, who's talking about trusty old spouses?
I have to say I felt bad about that. I apologize without even having to apologize.
You know, both parties have these rifts, and they've had them for years. The vote on the debt deal in the House of Representatives, 95 in favor, 95 against. The vote on Obamacare in the House of Representatives, 100% in favor. So on certain issues, yeah, there is this divide. But I don't see anybody running against her, least of all her.
She's proven to be a very loyal cabinet secretary.
And very effective.
And a very dignified and poised person who swallows it. But I do think probably at the dinner table on Saturday night, do they sit there and inside think, I would have been such a better president?
Right. When you say they, who do you mean?
I assume that they're together sometimes.
But you know, the other interesting thing is that in 2008, you know, we have this sort of hyper-fast society with the internet and cable news and all of the rest of it. In 2008, the Clinton brand was already considered an old brand. Like, oh, we've been there, we've done that. And Obama was the new brand. Now, actually, Obama is considered the old brand, and the challenge would be for the Clintons to make their brand new.
It's like new Coke.
Exactly.
Well, let me just tell you, though, in Democratic circles, when people look towards 2016, they look towards Hillary Clinton and Andrew Cuomo. those are the bright lights
Well,
that
Andrew
that's seen as
Cuomo
the
would
next generation.
Cuomo would be the new brand
Isn't
come
it-
2016.
Well, the question is, would he be willing to work with Hillary Clinton? Is it a challenge? But that's seen as the future of the Democratic
But that's
position.
not left of Obama, which is what the left
No, no,
wing
no.
wants.
The left is
but
so
you know what I
upset.
mean? When
That
it's
is
not
far
at all.
more centrist a ticket like that than President Obama's.
Well, a minute ago, you were asking if Hillary would have been more leftist.
Yeah.
Well, and the answer is no. I don't think she would have been more
I
leftist.
agree with you on that answer. I think she would have been a lot more pragmatic and
Right.
sounded a lot more pragmatic
Right.
and appeared a lot less ideological than the president.
Right,
All
but
right.
I also think she probably would espouse much of the same economic principles, and you would have had the same economic disaster, and then you'd have people saying, "Oh, I wish we had voted for Barack Obama."
Good
point.
I got to move on. Coming up, the adventures of Vladimir Putin. He's not shirtless this time, ladies.
Aw.
Well, maybe he is. I honestly can't remember.
I think you.
Yeah.
Whenever we're together, that's my hope.